someone that has the answers, please let them know that it's okay to come and tell us. It's okay to go to the police and tell them. You know, all we want is the answers.
And that was from a vigil 3 years ago with Stacy McCall's mother. She was one of 3 women in Springfield who went missing on this date in 1992. It's now been 33 years, and the community is still looking for answers.
It was the summer of 1992. In Springfield, Missouri, high school graduation marked a new beginning for Suzie Streeter, and Stacy McCall. It was a night of celebration. They'd just walked across the stage at Kickapoo High. Photos were taken, hugs exchanged, future plans whispered with excitement. But within 12 hours, both girls would disappear, and they wouldn't vanish alone. With them was Suzie's mother, Sherrill Levitt, a 47-year-old cosmetologist. Responsible, meticulous, the kind of person who left Post-it notes for herself, the kind of woman who didn't just vanish. Yet by morning on June 7th, all 3 women were gone. Their purses, money, keys, cigarettes, even the family dog left behind. The only hint of disturbance? A shattered porch light. This wasn't a robbery, it wasn't a runaway, it was something else. And what happened inside that quiet home on Delmar Street remains one of the most chilling unsolved cases in American history. June 6th began with a celebration. Sherrill watched her daughter Suzie graduate. Stacy McCall, Suzie's friend, walked the same stage. There were graduation parties, photos, and shifting plans. Stacy received a puppy. Suzie took pictures at home. She called her mom during the night, updating her on her plans. After one party was broken up by police at 1:50 a.m., Suzie and Stacy returned briefly to their friend Janelle Kirby's home. The plan? Stay the night there, then leave early for a trip to Whitewater Amusement Park. But the house was crowded with relatives, so Suzie told Stacy, "Follow me to my house." Stacy replied, "Okay, I will." That was the last time either girl was seen. By morning, Janelle expected to see the girls. They didn't show. Concerned, she and her boyfriend drove to the Delmar Street house around 9 a.m. The scene was eerie. Cars were parked outside, the front door was unlocked, inside, silence. Sherrill and Suzie's Yorkshire Terrier, Cinnamon, was panicked, yipping and pacing. The women's purses were inside, jewelry removed, makeup freshly wiped, Suzie's cigarettes untouched, Stacy's clothes neatly folded. The only things missing were her shirt and underwear. In Suzie's room, the TV played static. It looked like they'd gotten ready for bed and vanished. Then the phone rang. Janelle answered. A man, young sounding, obscene. She hung up. The phone rang again. Same voice, same message. Suzie had complained of prank calls since moving in, but this one didn't feel like a prank. Later that morning, Stacy's mother, Janice, arrived. Cinnamon ran to her in a panic. Inside, everything Stacy had with her was untouched: purse, medication, clothes. While checking the answering machine, Janice heard a strange message, possibly a clue, but it was accidentally erased. In 1992, voicemails were automatically deleted after playback. That message was just one of many lost leads. Over the next several hours, more friends and family came and went. Some tidied the house, one person swept the broken glass from the porch light, others emptied ashtrays. Everyone meant well, but the scene and any evidence it held was compromised. By the time police arrived, it was too late. From the start, police were up against a vanishing with no crime scene. No blood, no forced entry, no struggle. 3 women gone. A shattered porch light, a TV left on, a panicked dog. The obscene calls couldn't be traced. The erased message, lost forever. Investigators had no suspect, no witness, and no timeline past 2 a.m. Then came the theories. Dustin Rekla, Suzie's ex-boyfriend, had recently broken into a mausoleum with friends, stealing gold fillings from human remains. Suzie had spoken to police and was expected to testify. Investigators questioned whether this was revenge. Could Rekla or someone protecting him have acted? Then came Robert Craig Cox, a convicted kidnapper and suspect in a Florida murder. He was in Springfield at the time. Initially, his girlfriend backed his alibi that they were at church the next morning. Years later, she admitted he told her to lie. In 1997, Cox told journalists they're dead and they'll never be found. He claimed he knew what happened, but would only talk after his mother died. Police never charged him, but they haven't ruled him out. And then Larry DeWayne Hall, a suspected serial killer who traveled for Civil War reenactments. Dozens of women disappeared along his routes. Hall was in Pleasant Hope, Missouri, 30 minutes north on the day of the disappearance. An FBI informant claimed Hall confessed to multiple crimes, including ones that matched Springfield. He reportedly kept a map of his victims, but when confronted, Hall denied involvement, and the map was never found. On December 31st, 1992, nearly 7 months after the disappearance, a man called America's Most Wanted with prime knowledge of the case. But before detectives could speak with him, the call dropped. He never called again. To this day, no one knows who he was, but investigators believe he was credible. Then came a bizarre lead. A tipster claimed the women were buried beneath a parking garage at Cox Hospital. Years later, a crime reporter and an engineer scanned the site with ground-penetrating radar. They found 3 grave-sized anomalies, 2 side by side, 1 perpendicular. But police dismissed the theory. The garage was built a year after the women disappeared, and the tip came from someone claiming to have had a vision. Excavation would be costly. Without solid evidence, nothing was done. 3 shapes, 3 women, still no answers. Years turned to decades. The house on Delmar Street was sold, the dog passed, families moved on, but never truly healed. A memorial bench was placed in Phelps Grove Park, a space to remember 3 women lost without explanation. The case remains open. The Springfield Police Department still lists them as missing. The FBI still receives tips. Over 5,000 leads have been logged. None have cracked the case. 3 women, 1 home, 1 night. No one saw them leave. No one saw them again. And in the end, they didn't just go missing. They stepped into the unknown.